I can't keep coming back in your life. I can't keep coming back into your life. I praise you, God. All right, now. A lot of ladies want to have a man. But here's the thing, a lot of women don't know what a man is. How can you want something and you don't even know what it is? You just out here wanting something because you see somebody else have it, or you want it because you got these feelings about it and you want to see why you have these feelings about it. You just want a man because you feel as though you're in this world to be put to just have a man. Well, let's find out what the definition of a man is first. Now, a man is a builder. A man is a builder. Whether he is building by his hands or by might. A man build in the spirit. Just like God. When God created this world in 7 days, he didn't touch nothing with his bare hands. He didn't have to go out there and get his hands dirty. All he said was, let there be. Let there be. And it was so. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta want a man who know how to build. Who know how to build in the spirit. Who know how to build in the mental. Who know how to build you up as well as him in the family that you're about to have. And here's the difference. Like, there's a lot of women who say they want to get a nigga. Oh, I need a nigga. Or let's go get some niggas. First of all, it's a difference between a man and a nigga. A real man is not a nigga. Okay? Now, here's the thing. A nigga is not a black person. Anybody could be a nigga. A little kid could be a nigga. Any race, any nationality could be considered a nigga, because a nigga is a made up word that somebody else done created. A nigga, everybody know the true definition of a nigga means ignorant. So you want you an ignorant man who don't know nothing, then you going to become an ignorant woman who don't know nothing. So let's just get that straight. Because I used to say that too. Ooh, let's get some niggas. But then I had to grow up and say, wait, what is a nigga? A nigga is a person who don't know anything. Why would I want to get somebody who don't know nothing? Why do I want to get somebody who somebody called you a nigga and all of a sudden now you calling yourself a nigga? A nigga is something that somebody else done called them and that internalized them to make them think that that's who they are. A real man is not something that somebody could just tell you who you are. A real man is somebody who got to go out there and find themselves. A man is somebody who got to go out there and find who they are in order to bring that back to the table. A nigga is not somebody who's going out to find themselves. A nigga is somebody who just don't know nothing that's going on in the world. Somebody called you something and that's just who you are and that's just who you became. No, we gonna get that word nigga out of here, because a nigga, it don't mean anything. A nigga is a piece of paper. A nigga is just something that's ignorant that don't know anything. Let's just keep it real. So yeah, that's just the truth. Anybody could be a nigga. So don't ever say I want to get me a nigga, because you just want to get something that's ignorant, that don't know anything. Then you're going to become the same thing, or you probably just are already ignorant and don't know anything. So I'm here to let you know. If you want a man, a real man is somebody who can build mentally, spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who can build you up, build them up, and build other people up as well. Somebody who know who they are. Somebody who a real man got to go out there and find who they are and to become who they are. Not just somebody who's been called something all their life, or somebody who been called, oh, you're this, you're that, and that's just who they think they are. A real person got to find who they are to become that. Just like I knew somebody years ago, who it was a man who he wanted to marry his woman, but he wanted to wait for a while because he didn't have a place to stay, and she was wondering why it take us so long to get married, and he said, well, I wanted us to have a place to stay. I didn't have nowhere to take you. That's why I didn't marry you. That's why it took so long. And that's a real man. He knew that he needed somewhere for him and his wife to live. So he had to wait. He had to wait. He didn't want to just marry her and then take her anywhere. And then next they just living on other people's couches, or he taking her back to his mom's house. He didn't want to live like that. He didn't even know who he was. Before he found his wife, he didn't know who he was. He didn't have his stuff together. He had to go, once he found his wife, he had to go out and find who he was as a man. Some guys don't know. Some guys don't know. Some guys, it take them to find that right woman to figure out who they are. Sometimes it take a guy to find that right woman to make them want to find out who they are. He was a grown man. He had no business still living with his parents. But at the same time, once he met this woman of God, he like, whoa, I gotta do better. I gotta get out of here. This my woman of God right here. We gonna be, once we get our honeymoon season, gonna last forever. Our parents can't hear this. So he had to go out and find who he was as a man. And that's what men do. They go out and find themselves. They go out and find who they are. I hear a lot of women saying that they got to find themselves, but there's a lot of men who got to find themselves too in order for them to become a man. So that's just a little message that I wanted you ladies to know. Like before you start wanting a man or think that you about to go out and look for one, know what a man is first. You know what I'm saying? And once you know what a man is, you will start to find out who you are. Because you got to find out who you are as well. You got to find out who you are as a woman. Because if a man find a woman that don't know who she is, all she going to be is the definition of who he. All she is going to do is be the definition of who he is. You got to have your own personality. You got to have your own thing. You can't just, all you're going to do is be like the girl for Coming to America. Who? I'll do this. I'll do this for you. My job is to serve you. The woman, she was, they said for 20 years, she was training to be a wife. And once she actually was about to get married, she really didn't know what a wife was. She thought a wife was just a person, is just a served man. No, that's not who you are. That's what maids do. Maids serve man. Maids get paid to serve man. A wife is not a woman that's just here to serve her man.